Rodeo, a sport of grit, adrenaline, and raw courage. It's where strength meets resilience, where men and women test their limits against beasts weighing nearly a ton, beasts with unmatched power and unpredictable temperaments. While some walk away with glory, others face devastating outcomes that serve as harsh reminders of the risks involved. Today, we'll delve into 6 of the most tragic and deadly rodeo disasters. These aren't just cautionary tales, they're stories of heartbreak, bravery, and the relentless dangers riders face every time they enter the arena. Scene 1. Lane Frost, the untimely death of a rodeo icon, 1989. Our first story is about Lane Frost, a name every rodeo fan knows. Born in 1963 in La Junta, Colorado, Lane was drawn to rodeo from a young age. His talent was undeniable, and by the late 1980s, he was a household name, an icon of the sport. But July 30th, 1989 was different. Lane was competing in the Cheyenne Frontier Days, riding a bull named Taking Care of Business. After an electrifying 8-second ride, he dismounted, ready to celebrate. But then, disaster struck. The bull turned unexpectedly, charging straight into Lane, its horn piercing his side. In those agonizing moments, Lane managed to take a few shaky steps before collapsing in the dirt. Paramedics rushed to his aid, but the damage was severe. His ribs were shattered and his heart had been punctured. Lane died in the arena he loved, surrounded by a stunned crowd. The rodeo world was shaken. They had lost a hero. At just 25, Lane was gone, but his legacy was far from over. In 1994, his life inspired the film 8 Seconds, immortalizing his story for future generations. Lane's tragic death served as a wake-up call about the very real risks these athletes face. Scene 2. Amadeu Campos Silva, The Dream Cut Short, 2021. Amadeu Campos Silva was a Brazilian cowboy with a dream. His journey to the United States was fueled by ambition and a deep love for bull riding. At only 22, he was already competing in professional bull riders, PBR events, taking on bulls that would terrify most of us. In August 2021, Amadeu faced Classic Man, a powerful bull known for its wild bucking. During his ride, tragedy struck. Amadeu's spur got tangled in the bull's flank strap, pulling him down beneath the massive animal. Before he could free himself, the bull trampled his chest with crushing force. Medics did everything they could, rushing Amadeu to the hospital, but the injuries were too severe. Amadeu died soon after arriving at the emergency room. For those who knew him, his death was unimaginable. He had left Brazil to follow his dream, only to have it end so tragically. Amadeu's story touched fans and fellow riders worldwide. He had been a rising star, full of potential, but his journey was tragically cut short. A stark reminder that bull riding spares no one, not even the young and promising. Scene 3. Ty Pozzobon, The Hidden Dangers of Concussions, 2017. Ty Pozzobon was a Canadian bull riding sensation with a promising career. Known for his skill and courage, he was always willing to push himself to the limit. But as Ty's career progressed, he began to suffer from a dark and silent killer: repeated concussions. Ty endured injury after injury, suffering multiple concussions. Like many riders, he shrugged off the pain, unwilling to give up his passion. But the long-term effects were slowly taking their toll. In 2017, at only 25 years old, Ty Pozzobon tragically took his own life. After his death, an autopsy revealed he had been suffering from chronic traumatic encephalopathy, or CTE. Ty's death highlighted the hidden risks of rodeo, the brain injuries that go unnoticed. His family established the Ty Pozzobon Foundation to bring awareness to mental health and brain trauma, hoping to protect future riders from a similar fate. Ty's story was a heartbreaking reminder of the unseen battles that rodeo athletes face. Scene 4. Bo Schroeder, Survival Against All Odds, 2013. Bo Schroeder's story is one of survival, and his experience shows just how brutal this sport can be. In 2013, at the Fort Mojave Classic Extreme Bulls event, Bo took on a bull named Night Moves, but just seconds into the ride, he was violently thrown. Landing face first in the bull's path. The impact crushed Bo's throat and lungs, causing 2 collapsed lungs and a torn trachea. In a desperate attempt to save him, medics performed an emergency tracheotomy right there in the arena. Bo was rushed to the hospital, his life hanging by a thread. Against all odds, Bo pulled through, but his recovery was long and grueling. His accident serves as a testament to the brutal reality of bull riding. Even if you survive, the scars, both physical and emotional, remain. Scene 5. Brady Jandreau, a near-fatal fall, 2016. In 2016, Brady Jandreau faced one of the most harrowing experiences in rodeo. During an event in Fargo, North Dakota, he was thrown from a horse and trampled. The impact fractured his skull in 3 places, leaving him in a coma with slim odds of survival. For days, Brady's family kept vigil by his side, praying he would pull through, and, miraculously, he did. But his journey didn't end there. Doctors warned him that one more accident could be fatal. Brady's story was so powerful it inspired the acclaimed film The Rider, where he played himself, telling his own story of survival. Today, Brady continues to ride, carrying with him the knowledge that every moment could be his last. 6. Bodacious, the Beast of a Bull, 1995. Bodacious, a name that sends chills down the spine of anyone who knew him. Known as the most dangerous bull in rodeo history, Bodacious had an unbreakable spirit and the raw strength to end a rider's career in seconds. His kicks were so brutal that even the best were afraid. In 1995, Bodacious nearly killed bull riding legend Tough Hedeman, breaking every bone in his face and leaving him with injuries so severe they became part of rodeo legend. Hedeman barely walked away, his face shattered, his spirit tested. Yet, even after that night, Bodacious was unstoppable, untamed. He was a force of nature that no cowboy could truly conquer. For the men brave enough, or perhaps foolish enough, to take him on, Bodacious was a mountain too high, a storm too wild. Every rider knew what lay ahead, and yet they kept coming back, drawn to the beast like moths to a flame, risking everything for a chance to last just 8 seconds on his back. But as Bodacious legend grew, so did the cautionary tales. Even the best of the best began to question if any ride was worth the price he demanded. He was more than just a bull. He was a reckoning, and for those who faced him, it was a dance with danger, an encounter with the very edge of human endurance. In the end, even the fiercest warriors must lay down their weapons. In 1995, Bodacious was retired, unbeaten, unbroken. His legacy lives on in the stories, the scars, and the memories of those who dared to face him. The beast of a bull, forever untamed. 7. Closing reflection, a tribute to resilience. The rodeo is more than just a sport, it's a way of life. It's a place where individuals come to face their fears, to embrace the thrill of testing their limits, to live fully in the brief moments they are given. Here, every ride holds a promise of glory, but also the threat of tragedy. In this world, victories are celebrated with roaring crowds, yet losses linger like shadows across the arena. The rodeo is a realm where strength and courage reign, and where men and women ride for reasons known only to their hearts. For some riders, the arena was their final stage. They entered knowing the risks, yet their love for the sport, for the life it gave them, was too strong to resist. Each loss is more than just an accident. It's a profound reminder of the delicate balance between bravery and danger. These are the souls who rode with everything they had, who left a part of themselves in the dust and dirt, their names now etched in the history of rodeo. Their stories live on, reminders of the cost of living without reservation, of daring to face beasts that weigh a ton, of never hesitating when the gate swings open. For every rider who survives, each scar tells a story of resilience. Each broken bone, each fall, is a mark of their unyielding spirit. These riders are more than athletes. They are symbols of human resilience, a reminder of the strength it takes to face down fear and embrace a life with no guarantees. It's about passion, about risking everything to feel alive, to ride with a heart that knows both the thrill and the peril, and in honoring them, we honor the essence of courage itself. If these stories moved you, please subscribe to support this channel. Every subscription helps us keep their legacies alive, reminding us of the courage and strength they showed in the arena. Join us as we honor those who gave everything for the sport they loved, their sacrifices, their stories, and the spirit that lives on in every empty arena, waiting for the next rider to take up the reins.